You are listening to Season 4 of The Bows Knows, a podcast where we share stories about education and the people who tell them. And I'm your host, Mr. Bows. Please be sure to like, rate, and review your show on your favorite podcast player of choice. I hope you enjoy this podcast. Hey, everybody, and welcome in. Today, we have another one of our club podcasts. Today, I have Interact with me in studio. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves to our listeners?
Hi, I'm Trinity Gill, and I am the president of Interact.
Hi, I'm Brandon Brown. I'm vice president of Interact.
I'm Trinity Hardiman. I'm the social media manager of Interact.
I'm Maya Champagne. I'm the other social media manager for Interact.
I'm Cheyenne Pena, and I'm a council member for Interact.
Wonderful. Thank you all for taking time out of your lunch to sit down and interview. So, but before we get started, we have some of my basic intro questions for Season 4. The first of which is, do you have a favorite school story that you want to share?
Wait, like related to Interact?
Doesn't have to be. It can be, but it doesn't have to be.
Okay, mine is related to Interact, but one time we went with Mr. Brown to give like the elderly like gift baskets for Christmas, and there was this this older guy that worked for like Rotary and stuff, and he was there. And he kept making old lady ran over by a reindeer jokes in front of all the old people. That's one of my favorite.
It was rather funny.
Yeah.
Those of you that are a little bit older here at QI probably remember Joseph Wilson, Skylar Wilson's brother. I remember this is the end of our sophomore year as the class of 2026, which is his senior year. And he comes to me last couple of days and he informs me that they've been putting Oreos into Mr. Cantrell's ceiling. There's a little hole above his desk. And that I shouldn't inform him until the next year. And then the next year I informed Mr. Cantrell. And I think they're still there.
How many Oreos was it?
An indescript amount of Oreos. There's also a ancient tater tot.
Oh my gosh.
In a time capsule.
All right. So next question is, if you could live anywhere, where would it be and why?
Fictional or?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I'd probably pick Breeze Home in the lower levels of Whiterun in the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. I got like 3 bedrooms there. You got like the alchemy set up, and then you're like 20 steps away from like any near shop. Like you just go to Bellathor's and sell all your stuff. So peak.
If I could go anywhere or live anywhere, I would have to say like maybe Europe somewhere, just for the pure fact of the history and this like historical stuff, because I'm weird like that.
That's not weird. Spain was awesome for that when we were there last year. I wish I could go back this spring break, but...
I'd live in, what's it called? In the Willy Wonka chocolate factory. I have no real reason for that. It just seems very fun.
I could live anywhere. I think I want to live in like the Percy Jackson universe, like on my island, and be like a half-blood.
I'd want to live in Adventure Time because everything is just so colorful and like, full of adventure, and it's all fun. And yeah.
Very good. And then last question before we dive into talking about Interact is quality, integrity, respect. Which one and why?
I'd have to assume respect for me, because like without respect you can't really have the others, and respect kind of builds on it, and without that it's like you don't have any of the main like foundation, and in order to get respect you have to give it, so it's kind of like all of them.
I would argue for quality. I'm kind of a means to an ends kind of person. While I do think the other two are definitely important to becoming a good student and a good person overall, I feel like you really are judged by the quality of your work and what you do in life. So if you're not gonna do any of them, or if you're only going to do one of them, make sure you end out with quality. You know what I mean? Make sure you had a good end product at least.
I'll have to agree with the quality one's one I would have picked as well. You are really judged on the quality of your work and the quality of what you do. So I would agree. Like, if you had to get rid of everything else, I think you would leave quality.
I think going back to what Trinity said, I would pick respect because, like, I think having respect for yourself, for your peers, and, like, the people who are trying to educate you, like, really is what fuels a good learning environment. And so it's like I feel like you can't have quality and integrity unless you have, like, respect for the people who are teaching you and have respect for the people you're learning with and respect for yourself, of course.
Both of the Trinities had very beautiful words, and I agree with them.
Okay, Alvin. So for listening to this podcast, we're recording this during Spirit Week, and today is Super Trooper Trio Day. And Maya is dressed up as one of the chipmunks.
Alvin!
So we have Alvin
Awesome,
and Michelangelo?
I'm Leonardo.
Leonardo.
Don't forget Patrick.
And Patrick, that's right. So, awesome. So let's dive in. So why don't you tell our listeners what is Interact and what does the club represent?
So Interact is kind of just like a club for like volunteering and helping the community. And what was the other question? My mind blanked.
Well, what is the club? What does it stand for? What do you guys do?
So what it really stands for is like service above self. So it's helping those like in need, like with how Trinity said we went to the senior center and gave gifts. We've gone to I think it was St. Joseph's Cemetery 2 years ago, where we put flags on veterans' graves, like for like a cemetery that was like really run down. And overall, we just like do a bunch of like volunteer work. We've done Toys for Tots for years now, where we have a volleyball game every December to like get toys for the kids without them. We volunteer at like the Blueberry Festival and just help out for there, just usually for fun. But it's just really like.
Sorry, I was looking up. I believe that Toys for Tots is currently on the calendar for Tuesday, December 9th. So, listeners, if you want to mark your calendar to come out and support that, can do that. And I do believe Interact is a daughter club. It's a
daughter club to the
Like a subsidiary?
Rotary. It's a daughter to like the actual Rotary itself.
to Rotary Interact.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Awesome. So, you guys all don't have to answer if you don't want to, but what are some reasons that you all, the 5 of you, chose to join Interact?
So I chose to join Interact in the 9th grade. At the time, there was only 4 freshmen in total in the club. I had heard about it from my friends, and they had encouraged me to go. And, like, I was, like, not shy, but, like, I didn't really put myself out there at the time. And, like, this just, like, gave me an opportunity to, like, meet new people and, like, put myself out there and, like, really do something that's, like, for others rather than myself. And that's what I really liked about it.
I liked the sense of community Interact had. I feel like, as compared to the other clubs I've been at QI, it feels really, really kind of like tightly knit. Back when we were meeting in Mr. Brown's room, we had like 40 people like cramped together, people standing, people sitting, pulling out like folding chairs to listen to a meeting.
There's still some of those folding chairs in my office.
Yeah.
I remember, I think it was like one of the first couple of meetings I went to, they had like a beta announcement, and everybody in the room goes,
booed.
boo!
That was really funny.
That stayed throughout the whole rest of the year.
Yep. The reason I joined was I was kind of pulled into it by Brandon. And I actually, at first, genuinely did not want to do it at all, like, whatsoever. And then Brandon pulled me in it, and then Mr. Brown didn't help me on. He's like, you should stay in it. And so now I'm president, so, yeah.
This is my first year doing Interact, and I did it for like a multitude of reasons. One reason being like I want to get more community service hours and get as many as I can. And going back to something that Brandon said, I really like the community that Interact has and how it's like more chill. So also like getting to meet different people and doing something where a lot of people are, and just a lot of community.
I joined Interact, and I remember one time I was in Mr. Brown's class, and I was talking about how I needed service hours so desperately because I was very scared that I wasn't going to get any. And Mr. Brown came and patted me on the back, and he was like, "You should join Interact." So I came the next time, and then my cousin Serena was in there, so then we just had a good time, and then I made a whole friend group in there, and which is going back on the sense of community. Everybody is so friendly in there, and everybody feels like they can work together, and we just get a lot of stuff done, and it's very great.
It's really fun.
I think you highlighted good reasons all around for why people should want to join Interact. So we're going to have to do this next question kind of in two parts and in a lightning round because we are running out of lunch here. So talk about why, you guys can kind of split this up however you want, but why should students want to join? And if they want to get more information, how do they do that?
Well, first, students should join Interact because the main reason is service hours. Like, if you feel like you're in a situation where you don't think you're going to get your correct number of service hours, come join Interact. We have so many opportunities like Toys for Tots, just volunteering anywhere that you can do. Even just at school, we're volunteering we're setting up a booth at the pep rally after selling some stuff, if you guys want to come and check that out.
Everything's $1.
Yes, everything's $1, and everything will be great.
Another reason to like join Interact isn't just like for the community service, but that is like a huge part of it. But it's just like extremely fun. A lot of times we're just like being like stupid, but doing like lots of work at the same time. But we have a fun time doing it. It's just all around like crazy.
Another reason to join Interact is a similar reason why you would join any club at QI. Just putting yourself out there and getting into groups of people and making connections and networking is going to be very important, not just now, but also later. And it's a skill you should definitely develop that you can do in Interact.
Kind of building off the networking. Interact is so kind of open-ended, where if you have ideas, I feel like Interact might be your best outlet to kind of putting them towards a larger outlet. So like coming up soon, we got Wicked Week, get excited. We're going to do like a big Halloween week, and Interact is going to do a booth for that. That's a new thing that just came up about a month ago. So we can kind of push out stuff like that pretty fast. So if you have ideas, like Interact can get those like to fruition.
Unless they're like huge events.
I think another reason you should join Interact is because it really gives you a sense of like you feel proud of yourself for like what you accomplished. Like when we gave gifts to the elderly, like seeing the smiles on their face really like makes you feel warm inside and like makes you feel good that you did something like that. So if you want to feel that, like a sense of like being proud of yourself and like you're helping others, please come join Interact.
Yeah, I think Interact truly does live up to their own motto of service beyond self. So thank you all for taking the time. Seniors, you get off the hook because normally I ask you what you're doing next, but we don't have time for that. So listeners, I hope you enjoy. Listeners, if you like the podcast, subscribe on your favorite podcast player of choice so you don't miss out on future episodes, and please share with your friends. Until next time, excellence in all endeavors.